4, 2, 1. Coming up on Hashtag That, we recap this year's Fall Fest concert.
And we talk all about the Emmys. We are your source for Quinnipiac entertainment news.
Welcome to Hashtag That. I'm Victoria Saha.
And I'm Joel Vanner.
Our fellow Bobcats filled up South Lot this past Saturday for the annual Fall Fest concert. Students were about to jam out to opening act Heydays and headline artist Time Flies. Students were thrilled when lead singer Caleb Shapiro made his very own freestyle highlighting everything about Quinnipiac. Food trucks lined outside of South Lot, from grilled cheese truck to Mr. Softy. Public safety officers, along with the student programming board, made sure this year's Fall Fest was yet another successful concert.
So did you go to Fall Fest?
No, I didn't, just because it wasn't country themed. I'm a senior and this was the first year I did not attend.
I went. I thought attendance was low, but I thought Time Flies was good.
Really, from all the video and social media, I thought it was filled.
Well, Heydays was good. You know,
But his freestyle was what
yeah,
took the crowd.
Yeah. I think when he did the freestyle Quinnipiac rap, when they gave him the paper of everything about Quinnipiac and told him to make a rap,
Yeah.
that was the best part.
And I wonder if they're going to continue with country next year. But yeah.
The Residence Hall Council, in team with the Department of Residential Life, held their annual Hall Brawl event this past Sunday on the Mount Carmel Quad. Each residence hall had a team competing in various field day type events, all with the end goal of winning the trophy. Some events included Minute to Win It, Tug of War, and Human Hungry Hungry Hippo. This year, Team Village won and was led by R.A. Paul.
The fun did not stop this past weekend after Fall Fest. The Asian Student Alliance held their first event of the year Saturday evening. They were celebrating the Chinese lunar moon. The event took place in the Student Center and provided students with free food, including mooncakes. Fitting for the occasion, everyone was also encouraged to make their own lanterns.
Quinnipiac students, along with other college students from the surrounding universities, attended the annual College Night on Broadway last Thursday night. Attendees were welcomed with a live DJ, henna tattoos, fortune-telling, free insomnia cookies, ice cream, and Yorkside pizza. Various shops on Broadway offered deals to students. So did you go?
No, I didn't. I missed that yet again.
I went. I enjoyed the free things. The deals, they weren't for me, but it was nice to see all the college students from around the New Haven area come out and, you know, just be all together.
So there were Quinnipiac, Yale, and University of New Haven?
And Southern, and I think Albertus Magnus, too.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh. When we come back, we talk all about this year's Emmys, who was best dressed, who took home the night's biggest prizes.
And we talk about how Disney has found itself in hot water. Stay with us.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
Freshmen this year have stepped in and really just eliminated that problem, doing the right plays at the right time. I mean, it certainly seems like an uphill battle for this team, but Trisha Fabi is one of the best coaches at this university.
Bobcats hosting Arizona State. We'll start with this power play.
But she's strong. Good Lord, I saw her lifting one time. She could squat 3 of me. Like,
Oh, well, 7 of me then.
This weekend was eventful for football fans as well as directioners. Paige Meyer has the latest updates in this week's trending topics.
Thanks, guys. Football fans seem to be ecstatic that the season began on September 8th. Many teams had trending hashtags on Sunday night across all social media platforms. Hashtag Giants Pride, hashtag Here We Go Steelers, and hashtag Rise Up are just a handful of the team-spirited mottos taking over the internet. Tweets using these hashtags usually include game footage, fan photos, or funny football GIFs. This is a great way to spread team pride and prepare for this year's season. Hashtag National Cheeseburger Day covered the internet this past Sunday with mouth-watering pictures and videos. Many restaurants, celebrities, and burger lovers took a Twitter picture to celebrate. People shared their favorite burgers, toppings, and sauces in order to celebrate this delicious day. And one trending topic that had all directioners screaming for joy and tweeting in all caps lock, hashtag This is not the end of One Direction, put a big smile on many fans' face this weekend, including myself. The talented 4 from One Direction have been on a long vacation, so they say, in order to pursue personal goals. However, their website was recently updated with a future tour dates column. Fans will have to wait patiently for the dates to come out, but until then, we wish the boys the best of luck as they continue to build the story of their lives. That's all I have for this week's trending topics. Back to you guys at the desk.
So Joe, what's your favorite site for cheeseburgers?
I've got to say Five Guys. I'm not sure if it's a big chain or just a local place in my town. I know there's a few around my area, but Five Guys is definitely the place to go.
Wow, I try to stay away from burgers, but when I had In-N-Out in LA, I was in love.
I have never had an
Yeah.
In-N-Out burger.
Well, you're missing out. But yeah, so this week, the Emmys were up, and I missed it, but the highlights were all there, as usual, for any awards show. Game of Thrones. What do you have to say about that?
The 68th Primetime Emmys took place on Sunday to celebrate the best in television. One of the show's biggest focuses was the diversity being recognized, as 18 people of color were nominated for acting awards. Host Jimmy Kimmel did not let viewers forget this, making many jokes throughout the ceremony comparing the Emmys to the Oscars. Some of the show's biggest winners included Egyptian-American actor Rami Malek, the first person of color to take home the award for Outstanding Male Actor in a Drama in 18 years. History was also made by the cast and crew of Game of Thrones, who broke the record for the highest number of Emmys won by any fictional series. The record was previously held by Frasier, which earned 37 trophies during its 11 seasons. So the Emmys.
I know. I got a little too excited, but yeah, I couldn't watch it this year. Just a little work, but were you able to catch it?
I wasn't, but I heard Game of Thrones, as I just said, came away victorious, and People versus O.J. Simpson, something I want to see.
Same. I heard it was so amazing. David Schwimmer does an amazing job playing Robert Kardashian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Emmys are always great to watch, but so is there red carpet before the show? Jen shows us the best and worst of this year's red carpet.
Even though Fashion Week is over, outfits are still in everyone's minds, especially because of the Emmys Sunday night. Today we're going to be reviewing some of my favorite looks from the red carpet and some of my not so great looks. The first one is worn by Amy Poehler. She's wearing a green gown with beautiful lace detailing. Although the green works really well with her red hair, the dress does make her look much older than she actually is. The next dress is worn by Sarah Hyland. It's a combination of a dress and a pantsuit, but because of the way her dress doesn't completely cover her back, it makes us do a double take. And the pants could have been better if it was white. It makes us confused and makes us wonder, are they leggings or are they pants? The last not so great look from the Emmys was worn by Michelle Dockery. She's wearing a white gown, but because of the black detailing, it makes it look like a cheap wedding topper. And the belt really isn't helping. Some straps could have been better because her dress looks like it's way too small and it's falling off her body. Moving on to some of my favorite looks from the Emmys. The first one is worn by Annika Noni Rose. She's wearing a beautiful white gown. It's classic, but because of the detailing on her neckline, it does stand out from the other white gowns and shows the perfect amount of skin. My next favorite was worn by Emily Ratajkowski. She's wearing a jewel tone blue dress that complements her dark features, and the bottom portion definitely does emphasize her hourglass figure. The ruffles on her dress definitely makes it fun and fabulous. My last favorite from the Emmys was worn by Kristen Bell. She's wearing a nude gown with floral detailing, and because of the way it's cinched at the waist, her bottom half of the body is definitely elongated. That's all for me, and back to you.
So Sarah Hyland took a different twist to her dress. She matched pants along with her dress.
I love Modern Family.
There you have it.
Disney recently announced 2 new movies while some are excited for the films. Others have something to say about them. Marissa has this week's cultural controversy.
Thanks, guys. Disney is in the process of creating a live-action version of its famous film, Mulan, but it hasn't been met with excitement. Disney has been faced with a petition from fans pleading to cast Chinese actors and actresses in a film centered in China. The petition has already reached 90,000 signatures in an attempt to prevent whitewashing on the film. The concern has come after numerous movies have been created casting white actors in roles meant for people of color. Disney has not officially cast anyone in Mulan yet, but hopefully when they do, they stick to the roots of the Chinese-based film that we all know and love. And Disney is facing even more backlash following the release of the trailer for its newest animated feature, Moana. In this film, a young girl named Moana and the demigod Maui set sail to save Moana's people. However, fans are concerned that the film's depiction of Maui, an overweight man, is reinforcing a negative stereotype about Polynesian men and women. All too often, Polynesians are stereotyped as naturally overweight in the media, a generalization that is simply not true for all Polynesians. Will the film end up being an empowering piece of art or deeply offensive to the people that it aims to depict? We'll have to wait and see once it is released in late November. That's all I have. Back to Joe and Victoria at the desk.
Thanks, Marissa. When we come back, Victoria and I have this week's debates.
Should you update your phone to iOS 10? And what network had the best childhood TV shows, Disney or Nick? We talk about all that and more after the break.
Good evening and welcome to Sports Pause.
In the end, we're here to win a championship this year.
Jess Fontaine now has that. She's going to take a ripper off the post, but she's going to come back.
And my number one, hold your applause, Bobcats fans, is Quinnipiac.
All right, Victoria, you know what time it is. It's top 5 plays of the week.
My favorite time.
This week's trending topic is #that. We are your source for Quinnipiac entertainment news.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. QCash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
iOS 10 was released to the public last week after undergoing several months of testing with select users. The new iPhone operating system provides better app loading times, a redesigned notification shade, some lock screen changes, and different visual effects in the iMessage app. We asked some Bobcats what they thought of iOS 10, and here's what they said.
I don't have it yet. I didn't download it yet.
I just downloaded it and I don't like it. I don't know, I just think it makes my phone slower. It's kind of unnecessary.
I don't have an iPhone, but I know a lot of the time they do like minor updates instead of like large updates, so I feel like this is just like a minor update and little like texture patches.
I don't have it. I don't know, I haven't heard good things, so I haven't downloaded it yet. I have it. I like the messages. Like you can type, like you can write things and send secret messages. It's kind of cool.
So iOS 10.
I haven't downloaded it yet.
I have had it since June, and I have got to say, I like it. I don't like the new lock screen. I don't like how like the notifications are structured, but...
No, see, when my phone comes up saying, do you want to, update
you're
your
one
phone?
of those, yeah.
I can't. I just press nope, later. Same
Well,
with my MacBook too.
The issue that some people are having is they don't have enough storage space to upgrade.
Yeah, and I also heard that some people's phone crashed.
Really?
Yeah, I can't
That's how they
handle
get
that.
you to buy a new one.
Exactly. 7. The 7 just came out as well.
Yep.
There's no way I'm
Yep.
going for that. Oh yeah. For almost a decade, we have seen Miley Cyrus on countless red carpets debuting unique fashion pieces. Yet the pop star recently told Elle magazine that she will never walk along the red carpet again. She says she feels as if walking the red carpet is more like doing a skit. Instead, Miley Cyrus wants to take more of an appearance in social media. She has gotten pretty big on Instagram following, but she says she doesn't know how to use Snapchat and would like to start using more. Is Miley in the right for never walking the red carpet alone again? Let's see what students thought.
I mean, if she doesn't want to be in the public eye, that's like not Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like she can do whatever she wants. It doesn't really bother me. I'm not gonna miss her that much.
Her privacy is her own. It's kind of up to her whether or not she wants to be on the red carpet. Keep her away, like as far as possible. Didn't she go crazy long?
I think she can do whatever she wants. She's Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus can do whatever she wants to do.
I think she should just stay on the red carpet. You know, if she's doing this to make a change and help a cause, and she should bring awareness to the cause. By doing that, she should make an appearance on the carpet.
I think it's kind of tradition that everybody shows up to the red carpet, makes such a big fanfare about it.
It is, but I also feel like it's so hyped up. What are you wearing? What are your nails like? What shoes? How much are your diamonds worth? I get where she's coming from, but I still feel like she could go with a simple outfit and make a difference as well.
She did say that she was going to stick more to social media, so it's not like she's completely, disappearing.
Well, let's see what she brings.
Growing up in our time, Disney Channel and Nickelodeon were two of the most widely known stations. Disney Channel created shows such as The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, my favorite, Lizzie McGuire, and That's So Raven. Nickelodeon produced classics like Hey Arnold, Zoe 101, and SpongeBob. Every child had their favorite station to watch. They would sit down on the couch minutes before the show started, making sure to see every second of it. Let's see what station students preferred growing up.
I would have to say Nickelodeon because SpongeBob was there.
Nickelodeon, 100%. Yeah. Better shows. Rock Power's dope. Just better shows.
Rock Power.
Disney for sure. I grew up with a lot of Nickelodeon. I like SpongeBob. I'm gonna say Nickelodeon.
Whichever one Rocket Power was on, I don't remember. I think it was Nickelodeon.
I feel like I like Nickelodeon more just because I had a better variety of like cartoon shows that I liked.
Joel, I'm gonna have to talk about Disney.
I'm going to have to talk about Nickelodeon.
Why?
I'm glad we agree on something to disagree. Nickelodeon, I loved Hey Arnold, the Rugrats, Blue's Clues, I believe, was on Nickelodeon, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, the one where they were on the cruise ship. What was that called?
Shoot, I forgot too. But
That's okay. London Tipton?
No.
Great.
Well, okay. We'll agree to disagree. After the break, we update you on what your favorite Disney stars and Nick stars are up to. Stay with us.
year have stepped in and really just eliminated that problem, doing the right plays at the right time. I mean, it certainly seems like an uphill battle for this team, but Tricia Fabi is one of the best coaches at this university.
The Bobcats hosting Arizona State. We'll start with this power play.
But she's strong. Good Lord, I saw her lifting one time. She could squat 3 of me. Like,
Oh, well, 7 of me then.
Good evening and welcome to Sports Pause.
In the end, we're here to win a championship this year.
Jess Fontaine now has that. She's going to take a ripper off the post, but she's going to come back.
And my number one, hold your applause, Bobcats fans, is Quinnipiac.
All right, Victoria, you know what time it is? It's top 5 plays of the week.
My favorite time.
Joel, before we went on the break, you said Sweet Life was on Nick. It was on Disney.
You know, I love all television, and I'm just very sad that Food Network was not an option in this debate because I would have picked the Food Network.
Okay, let's just assume you're on my side then.
You
For
stick
Disney.
Chopped in front of me as a kid, I would never say a word. My eyes glued to the TV.
All right. Everyone has their favorite TV stars from when they were younger, but what are they doing now? We found out what some famous Disney stars and Nickelodeon stars are up to. Let's take a look. Former Phil of the Future sidekick Aly Michalka has steadily had a very successful career since her time as a Disney star ended. For 4 years, we saw her as Keely Tislow on Phil of the Future, but more recently, she can be seen on shows like 2.5 Men and iZombie. Her role as Peyton Charles in iZombie may just be one of her most successful gigs to date, with the show being picked up for the 3rd season by CW in March. In 2004, Aly and her sister AJ performed the musical group Aly and AJ, releasing 2 albums over their career. It has been almost 10 years since their last album. But in April, the pair started working on a new record. Michalka also recently married Steven Ringer, an independent film producer that she has been dating since 2012. Even though her Disney days are long gone, life seems to be going pretty well for Aly Michalka.
So, Phil of the Future?
I'm just focused on Aly and AJ. I love them.
Do you?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about them.
Wait, their song, Rushing Through Your Hair, Rushing Through Your Hair, can you feel it?
Never heard of it.
I still, I was jamming out to it the other day.
Were you?
Yeah.
I wish I was there.
No, you weren't. No, you don't.
Snapchat that. Jamie Lynn Spears' fictional little brother has certainly grown up. Paul Butcher, who you may remember as Dustin Brooks, made his acting debut at age 7, but got his big break on Nickelodeon's Zoe 101 after 4 great seasons. Unfortunately, the show had to come to an end. Since then, Butcher has lent his voice to various projects, including Over the Hedge and American Dad. His on-screen acting roles have diminished since his Zoe 101 days, though. Since then, he has only made brief appearances on Criminal Minds and Comedy Bang Bang. Butcher is more or less a normal college student nowadays. At 22, Butcher is currently a senior at UCLA, an active member of the ZBT fraternity, and a musician. Whether he's on the small screen or on the mic, we will always remember Butcher as our favorite little brother, Dustin Brooks.
I used to love Zoe 101. I can't believe how handsome he's gotten.
Jamie Lynn Spears was here last year for Fall Fest,
I know.
right?
I had a great
She's
selfie
the
with
only
her.
thing I know from Zoe 101.
Wait, did you know that the time capsule, they released a preview of what would have happened the day of Fall Fest last year?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes,
And
I
everyone
remember
started
that.
saying Zoe, 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 and she started denying that she was ever a part of a show.
He was also made a short stint on Criminal Minds.
Did he?
Yeah. I have to go back and look for him.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Well, most remember him as Rico Suave from Hannah Montana, but Moses Arias' face could be seen all over television in the late 2000s. from roles in Wizards of Waverly Places to gigs in Jonas Brothers and Pearl Jam music videos. Arias' face is recognizable to any Disney fan. But what has he been up to lately? Arias is still in the acting game. He recently landed a gig in what was one of the summer's most anticipated movies, Ben-Hur. Although the film was a flop in theaters, and his most prominent role may forever be on the Disney Channel. His recent looks might have you thinking more along the lines of Pirates of the Caribbean. His dreadlocks and Jack Sparrow-esque facial hair are certainly a different look for the 22-year-old. But deep down, he's the same old Rico that Disney fans have grown to know and love.
Wow.
Rico!
Is that what we call a glow up? I'm not quite sure. Wow.
I despised him.
I liked his coconut hair that he had before.
Yeah.
That was a good look back then.
He was always the charmer and then the most naughty little kid on Disney.
Someone's gonna be it, right? Last week we asked Q30 members what their favorite childhood TV show was.
Let's see what they had to say.
Hey guys, I'm Hannah, and my favorite childhood show is probably Arthur. Up until they ruined it with all the memes on Twitter, now I'm just scarred for life.
Hey, hashtag it's Sierra. My favorite childhood television show was Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, especially when it mixed with That's So Raven and Hannah Montana, because that's when Disney was in its prime, and wasn't that everybody's three favorite shows?
Hi, it's Alex, and my favorite childhood TV show was definitely Legends of the Hidden Temple. I wanted to be a blue barracuda so badly, but unfortunately I was not old enough. But it was all for the best because those temple guards were very terrifying and I would have been scarred for life.
Hey, hashtag my favorite childhood television show is SpongeBob. Obviously the GOAT, no doubt about it.
What's up, hashtag Kyle here. My favorite show when I was a kid was Drake and Josh because of all the funny pranks that Megan pulled on both of them, and it was just one of my favorite shows.
Hi guys, it's Kayla, and my favorite childhood show was for sure Hannah Montana. When I was younger, I would dress up in a sparkly shirt and have the blonde wig and pretend to be her, so she was definitely my favorite.
What's up, hashtag I'm Andrew.
And I'm Maury.
And my favorite children's show growing up was Rocket Power because I love my skateboards and waves.
And mine was Sesame Street. No better character than Cookie Monster and Big Bird.
Hey, what's up? This is Steven Mendez. My favorite show as a kid was Winnie the Pooh. I used to love that show.
Joel, I'm super curious to know what was your childhood favorite show.
Like I said when I was supposed to be arguing Nickelodeon, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Sweet Life on Deck is what I hear it is. That was my favorite show to watch. Besides, like I said, Chopped, but Food Network's not an option here.
Really? Okay. Well, Lizzie McGuire and Sabrina the Teenage Witch wasn't on Disney, but I loved her when she would just wave her wand and different outfits would appear.
Didn't she have a black cat?
The black cat scared the heebie-jeebies out of me, and it still does whenever I watch reruns. I don't know about you. Have you ever watched it?
I've never watched it. All I know is the cat, so I guess I won't go and watch it now.
I know, but I would always want to be a witch. I thought that was a real thing.
With a wand? You
With
really
a
want
wand.
that just to change outfits?
Yes. It made my life so much more easier. I know. Well, other than that, what else did you like?
As a kid, I really enjoyed Blue's Clues. I saw Blue's Clues live, and it was with the old Steve before the real Steve went to prison.
You know what people think is so weird about me? I hate animation. Like, I would never watch Blue's Clues because
But this
I
was
knew,
cool 'cause it was
I knew
a
the
real
dog
guy.
wasn't real, but the dog wasn't real.
But it was a guy over in animation. You have to give it just give it a try.
Do you know what I started watching when I was 6 years old?
No.
General Hospital. No one will ever know what that is.
Is that like the
soap opera that's still running for 60
The very
years.
old version of, what's that current show that everybody loves with the doctors?
Grey's?
Grey's Anatomy?
No, it's better. It's original. Well, that's it for this week's Hashtag That. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at #ThatQU. And check out every episode of our website at q30television.com.
Have a great night.